Hi Taurus, welcome to my channel. This is Donatella, Empress of Swords. This is going to be your March 2020 reading. As I start, in this month, when I'm feeling your energy, I feel like I get a sense that you want to communicate something, but you can't. There's something that you want to say, but you can't. At the same time, I get this feeling where either you or someone else is trying to spy on you, trying to see what is going on. Because I think you've kind of pulled your energy away. On your frontal focal mind, you're really thinking about the loss of family, how family life sometimes doesn't work out, how the structures don't work out. And it's really, really getting to you at this period right now. In the recent past, you genuinely offered some love. And you're probably thinking that this love that you offered wasn't enough for a person. So you quietly kind of moved away from them. And just recently, after moving away from them, I still get the sense of this feeling is kind of a bit unsuccessful for you, Taurus. I feel like there's a lot of emotional baggage that you're feeling right now. There's a lot of pain that you're feeling right now. There's a lot of frustration that you're feeling right now. So I don't know if it's because you're dealing with the Virgo, or it could be because there's a lot of time that you're spending in solitude. So it could be either of those things, or maybe even it could be both, you know. But whatever the case may be, there was a lot of burdens in life, and it's like the burdens really change the reality of your relationship. You feel like burdens are affecting everything that has to do with the stability of a family life. Taurus, you're learning that you're getting out of anxiety right now. Maybe you were going through some kind of betrayal. Either you were betraying someone or someone else was betraying you. But whatever case the case may be, I feel like there's like some kind of third party situation. There could, it doesn't have to be specifically that this person was doing anything behind your back. It could be that there was some kind of influence outside of this relationship, or outside of this job, or outside of this situation. There's some kind of influence that is keeping you away from you feeling free from your anxiety. And as you release your anxiety, you find yourself that you're able to rebuild your life back up the way that you want to do it, the best way for yourself. As you're rebuilding your life, Taurus, I see that you have this feeling where you want to start communicating, because this is the time when you really start feeling like you can communicate something. You feel like you have to communicate something. But at the same token, as you're wanting to communicate something, you've been still holding back. So Taurus, if you've been wanting to talk to someone, I feel like you're trying to still rebuild your life. And at the same time, you kind of feel hurt by the person that you're dealing with. So you're not pushing towards them. So maybe you guys are separated right now, for example, and you're not answering the phone because, you guys are mad at each other. So there's times when you miss them and then you want to, rush up and contact them. But then you hold yourself because of the past memories or whatever you're worried about between you and them. At some time within about 3 to 4 weeks, you're going to stop your waiting. There's some kind of opportunity coming with finances. And as this process happens, the memories of the past start reoccurring again. There is some things that you want to say, and you're going to start speaking those things. I don't know if you have like a social media account or something, but as you're talking about these things, you're speaking out your truth. You start explaining more about yourself. And then you find yourself patiently waiting, expressing yourself, being your actual, real, authentic self, Taurus. So overall, this month, I saw you getting away from a situation that was not working out. It was really stressful. At the end of the month, I see you remembering about the relationship all over again, because I feel like this might be like a cycle. But you're always on a defense mode because of this person. And it's like you want to get close to them, but I feel like they keep you at arm's length because they're just, I don't know if they've been attacked so much in their life. I don't know what it is, but when they're not talking, I feel like it's like they're stalking kind of sense. So whatever the case may be, if they're stalking you, if you know that they're stalking you and this is a person that you care about, you might want to express yourself in the way that you truly authentically feel. Because if someone loves you, they're going to love you for the real you. So if you've been kind of holding back on who you are, then it's better to represent who you are than have them be surprised later. So express yourself, express your feelings, use this time to really collect yourself, collect who you were before all of the issues had started in your life. Go back to that period where things were interesting again. But what I'm seeing is the person that you're really wanting to get close to, Taurus, has some kind of outside people that are affecting them. So you need to figure out what the actual issue is that is not motivating this person to not be... I get a sense like sometimes this person is really bitter. They're really, really bitter, Taurus. And I know it's not your problem to solve this person's problems, but the outside forces are going to affect both of you. And if you don't look at everything, you're just going to keep waiting, and then you're going to be holding back and trying to watch this person's moves all the time, and that can be really frustrating. So the best thing to do, Taurus, at this time, at this moment, is first, it's not a bad thing that you're always remembering the good times, because that sometimes keeps us alive as far as passion. Sometimes the desire is what keeps us alive. So desire sometimes doesn't have to necessarily be a bad thing. Second, if you're thinking about the bad things that happened in your life, there must be a reason why you always come back to the good things. So always remember that. Why do I always keep coming back to the good things? Third, whatever you do, make sure that you progress in your own life in the first place. Make sure that you commit to your dreams, follow your dreams, follow through with your dreams. And it doesn't mean that you can't do it with a partner that's with you. You could be far away if they are respectful to this decision that you're making towards. But the thing is that just like any relationship, every relationship needs nurturing and needs watering. So if you're far away, if they're far away, there has to be some kind of like consistent good morning or whatever the case may be, but that consistency of love, that consistency of flowing. Because when that detachment happens, then the other person can feel that resistance between the both of you. So as you're going through this process, Taurus, you are rebuilding yourself back up. You do need to express yourself. You do. And you may feel like you don't want to forgive this person. Or it could be that you're stepping back because you have a lot of memories of a person that is in your past. Whatever the case may be, I see that there was a lack of communication, and the communication could be really immature, especially if you're frustrated right now. So if you're going to speak to this person, just know that it's going to have to be in small increments, and you're going to have to move up in tiny little ping pong steps, because they're not going to move as fast as you want. But it has to be on a very tiny, consistent basis where it's very peaceful, and you kind of have to make it creative and magical too at the same time. I know that sounds so frustrating, but it has to get that feeling. And if you want to generate that feeling between you and your partner, first, you're going to focus on your finances. You're going to make your dreams come true. And you can't do that if you have a job that doesn't even make your own dreams come true. So if there's a side business that you've been thinking about doing that was your ultimate dream, just draw out the blueprint on how you could do it in baby steps. That you don't have to do it immediately right away. But what's the first step? What could you do that's once a week towards that goal? Even if it was a 5-year project, write it down. Write down whatever you want to do. This is the time. It's March. Taurus, it's the time to plant seeds. So whatever you want to do in the next 5 years, write it down, draw it out, and see how it would work out for you. But right now, you're going to be waiting. You're stalling. This is the time to be stalling, and it's the perfect time for this. You're out on the lookout. You don't know how the future can hold itself. You are secure with yourself. You could be more secure in your life. But first, you have to make sure that you're secure with your dreams. You cannot be panicky if you're not feeling great at your job. So even if you don't have work right now, or if you have work right now and it's not really fulfilling, just be grateful for everything that you do have. Whatever is not working out for you, just first be really grateful for everything you have, because that is going to be the first thing that's going to make your life amazing. Second, make sure, these are other steps that you're going to take too, is just know what you want. Know what you want and work on that. If you know that there is a constant memory of the past coming towards you and it's kind of haunting you, then stop shoveling down things in your heart. Maybe there's a conversation that you need to have. Maybe there's something that you need to say. It's like it's a lot of thinking about the past. So I see that. And I get the sense that you really want to talk about things, but you haven't got the chance to. So I know that you're putting your work first right now, but by the end of the month, you're going to have a chance to speak up. And whatever you do, just be really careful, because there's going to be still a lot of waiting. And if it's not carefully handled, there's going to be a lot of mischievousness going on. And it's not because the person that you're dealing with is deceptive. It's just that the energy could be really confusing. And either party won't know if they should stay or if they should go. Because the passion is there, but it's like the sense of mischievousness makes you want to leave. Whatever the case may be, the energy has to be exact. It has to be free-flowing. It has to feel free-flowing for you and them. And it cannot feel toxic either. So at a steady pace, maybe at a friendship level, things can start changing for the better if you wanted to. But you can't lose your cool in the process. That's what makes us lose every challenge in our life. If we lose our cool and we get impatient and we don't think about the end result, the goal of the task, that's when everything slips out of our hand. Anything is possible, but we have to really look at it logically too. We have to put everything together at the same time too, Taurus. And again, I see that you have a lot of passion for this person, and you're either walking away or they're walking away. But the thing is that there is two sides to your relationship. There's a huge nurturing side. And then there's a side where you don't know what this person is thinking, feeling, or doing. You kind of feel like they're secretive. You're not really sure. And then it makes you think that they're deceptive. What you don't understand is that these outside forces that they're dealing with are causing a lot of issues between both of you. That needs to be addressed. And the goals that you have between each other needs to be addressed too. Because I feel like whoever you have a lot of love for, you had a lot of good times with, especially when you guys are traveling and going and seeing things and hanging out with other people. There were moments that were really nice. So whatever you're dealing with, Taurus, go back to that point where you were getting along as friends. You had that friendship with this person. And it's if you're secure with yourself as far as your job, your finances, your home, it's going to really significantly help with your relationship as well too. So as long as all of that is balanced, you're going to be much better, Taurus. But in the meantime, like I'm telling you, there's not a lot of communication going on. The worries that you have are not spoken about, really. You're keeping your distance from this person, thinking that that's what's going to help the process. But what helps is watering a little bit, walking away. Watering it a little bit, walking away. Gradually. You don't expect that seed to all of a sudden sprout a flower. And no matter how frustrated you are, you have to work through a process. Even if you're just going to be friends, you have to work through a process. Whatever that is, it has to be gradual. You cannot cut the tree down completely and expect it to be a huge branch again. Every time you're quitting, you're cutting it down. So if you want to progress in your life, if you want to do something better in your life, especially if it's financially or even in a relationship, whatever the case may be, make sure that you're watering it slowly and slowly, day by day, because I see this thing progressing, but you're forgetting to water it too. So make sure that you don't forget to water it too. This is going to be a reading for March. I will try to come back for April, Taurus. Sometimes I'm unable to do it because I have to make sure that the energy allows me to do this. And I would really love to come back and do your guys' readings again to catch up and follow with you. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. I want to know what happens next for you guys, and let me know if this reading helped. I love you all. Have a great one. Bye-bye.